Welcome, guys. We're here tonight at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. I'm co-casting alongside JV, man. How's it been, man?
I'll tell you what, aside from Texas weather being terrifying these last couple of weeks, it's been pretty good. Life's pretty great. I'm a bit bummed, though. I ended up missing out on a really, really cool show match last week. I believe that went the distance all the way to Map 5.
Yeah, it went the distance all the way to Map 5. Yeah, I had to solo cast it all a long time. That was my first ever time solo casting Halo, but one of those teams actually returned. They were under Acquire last week, and now they're under Takes Talent, so I'm not too sure what was up with there. I know we promoted it as Acquire earlier, but between time we started promoting it until now, they changed teams, so it's the same roster. The only difference is, last week the captain of Team Great Gaming, Protector, is actually a part of this roster as well. So you will see one player from the Acquire roster retain, and then we'll see two new players being Paramount, and then also Nate S going into How Gaming roster, which How Gaming completely rechanged the whole roster against Snoop J, Ninja Arts, Cafe Con Leche, and then Septify. And
so Cafe Con Leche, that's quite the tag, I will say.
Yeah, that's pretty well quite. That is quite the tag there, especially since our producers are actually laughing their butts off right now against it. But guys, yesterday we had a great turnout for Pokken. That was pretty good. Pokken being a great game that actually came out. But between these rosters, first game will be CTF on Coliseum, second game will be Slayer Plaza, third game Strongholds on Eden, fourth game will be CTF Truth, and if we go to the distance, we'll be on Meeting on the Rig as Slayer. Now, what are some facts you see for CTF on Coliseum? Like, what do you expect? What would you say would be some of the main points that a team will have to do to take control of CTF on Coliseum to actually obtain the victory for their team?
I think that it's very different per team. Obviously, everybody has their own individual strategies. The general idea behind CTF in general is getting control of power weapons and then getting control of power positions, right? Ideally, you want to make it so that you're left with very, very favorable spawns, and you can set up individuals in key areas of your opposing team to make it so that the spawns that they get are nowhere near where they need to be in accordance to where you are with their flag, right? Mm-hmm. And I think a strategy like that is definitely what we're going to be seeing, and because of that particular reasoning, a lot of the times, at least from the matches that I watch, it feels like the first flag cap is kind of determined in those opening seconds, right? So we have to be able to make sure right off the gate who's going to be ascertaining control of the rockets, who's going to be getting control of the sniper rifle, and how they're going to be able to really utilize those weapons to go and get those particular objectives that I just highlighted. Yeah.
Going from talking about last week's game, the Acquire roster with Red, Clutchy, Sacrifice, and then I believe it was Kamense. Sacrifice was a person who actually had all these sniper rifles, had the rocket launcher. So it's interesting to see on this new roster with Paramount, Nate S, and then adding Protector to it, which one of those players will actually pick it up. Now, Protector was on his team last week was a go-to guy for the sniper rifle and go-to guy for the rocket launchers, as well as Bio Broly. But it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna pick up that role, since Sacrifice did such an excellent job with it last week. Going into 3 new players on the roster, who's going to take over that role, considering the fact that W Red was more the objective player from what I saw last week? And then going on the other board on How Gaming with Snoop J, Ninja Arts, Cafe Con Leche, and Septify. Now, I personally don't know any of these players. I've seen Ninja Arts before, but besides from that, I've never seen him play, so it's going to be interesting to see how they really pick it up on it. But going to Slayer Plaza, what's some of the key facts that they have to do to obtain the dominance on Slayer Plaza?
I mean, it again comes down, I think, to some of those opening seconds. There's what's really critical in that stage in particular is item control, as well as power weapon control, and you're going to be noticing that, I think, in the very beginning of that map as well. It sounds kind of like a broken record at this point, but especially whenever you're playing game types like CTF and Slayer, that's basically how the game type really goes about, right? Individual skill is, of course, really, really important. But at the same time, I've seen so many times where a roster might not individually have as much skill as the players that they're going against, but in contrast, what they do have is really, really good team synergy. And with Slayer, it's a type of game type where your spacing needs to be on point. You have to be able to put yourself in positions where you can cover your teammates' angles without making it so easy for your opponents to get double kills and triple kills and whatnot. So it's like separating yourself so you can all be looking in a similar area at the same time, but at the same time being separate enough to the point where you can each maintain your own individual rungs of cover. Yeah, so that's going to be, really, really critical.
Yeah, and going into the third game, Stronghold's Eden. Now, last week we saw really excellent dominance from Team Great Gaming against this roster, against Takes Talent. And first game was 100-74 in favor of Team Great Gaming. There was really no contestant coming out of a crier at all. It was basically 40-point lead, and then they dropped it down to a 20-point lead, and it just kind of snowballed after that. But going into game 4, a crier seemed to bring it back. They were up 50 to like 20, and then they were at 97-91, and Team Great Gaming clutched up and won 197. And I wonder how well Protector, since he was captain of Team Great Gaming, how can he take those strategies, implement them into the Takes Talent squad roster now. But besides from that, it's going to be interesting to see as we will figure that out on game number 3. But we're going to hop right into CTF on Coliseum between How Gaming and Takes Talent. We'll be starting off with the red team, which is going to be the Takes Talent roster. And who do you want to hop on board here with first?
Let's go ahead and hop on board with the captain.
Yeah, we'll hop right on board here with W Red as we currently load into the game. Let's get right on him as he does pull out his Magnum pistol going over to the red base. All on board here with the oven area as he's just kind of pushing up to Red Sneaky as he is trying to get control of the sniper rifle.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually kind of staying and covering this trench area, maybe to take off anybody who might be looking for a quick escape, but nowhere really to escape. Snoop J is going to light him up as we go on to Cafe Con Leche. I'm sorry, but that tag is just way too good, and that no-scope would have been even better. Just coming a couple of pixels short from making a really big play there, but still walking away with his life, as well as this sniper rifle. Spots one across near the rocket bridge, but he's taking fire from all over. This is where his team really needs to come in, give him a little bit of cover, play a bit of distraction. So far, he's kind of a sitting duck, and we're not really seeing too much of, I guess, that's what I was expecting. There we go. So it was a weird situation where he grabs the sniper first, right? And the reason why the team wasn't protecting him all at once is because their flag actually got pulled. And he makes the stop using the sniper, which allows his teammate there, Skeptify, to actually go and get the return back. Now, going over to Snoop J, he's facing a lot of aggression right now inside of his base, but he does have a lot of teammates to back him up. Spots one across from the other base. And they're just doing a bit of a long-range sort of game right now. They're going to be getting a team kill as well as a perfect kill, so some imperfections perhaps. But again, this blue team, they feel like, it really does feel like they're starting to maybe find their bearings, find their rungs a bit more. They're starting to push up where they need to be. And as you can see, the flag is going to be pulled away from the red side. Protector, however, all over this flag. He's going to be getting the return with the assist of his teammate, and we're back at square one.
Yep, as the rocket launcher is going to be respawning back up in 10 seconds. Going hop on board here at Ninja Arts as he is on the sniper rifle spawn, pushing over to Green Town down to the oven ramp. He has the clear base in his sights as he will pick up the blue flag, going right back onto the oven area. Trying to get over to the sniper rifle as W Red does pick up immediately 2 people as Protector picks up one himself. Still has 1 player left. But now it's a 1v4 situation as he does have players finally eventually spawn back up. And this should be... Actually, no, they pulled out the flag itself. So, who here has a flag?
We have a bit of a flag standoff, but Red with this rocket launcher could turn the tables. Oh! A bit of a heartbreaker. He ends up losing the rockets in the process. He does make the stop, but... again, it's going to come down to whoever's able to get this initial return. So far, things, I think, are looking pretty good for this blue team. Even though their flag is away, they do have control of the rocket. And Snoop J going to go ahead and blow up Nate. The flag's going to be returned, and that's going to be the first cap of this game.
Yep, first cap going in favor of How Gaming as they do take a 1-0 lead with 9 minutes left into the game. Snoop J finally picks up the last kill on Protector as he does spot Paramount, picks him up with the headshot on the... No, sorry, Ninja picked him up as they do trade the beatdown between Nate S, but Protector spots 2 in his base. getting shots out, has low shields, but they're pulling it onto the rocket launcher side. Does he have a teammate there to kind of support him? Ninja Arts is there, as he will pick up the kill on Paramount.
Wow, and that was such an important kill really for Ninja Arts to get, and the second kill as well is going to give him and his team a lot of time to get this flag. Notice, even though his teammate couldn't go all the way to their base, he got it far enough to the point where Ninja Arts was just a short length away from picking that flag up and getting another one on the board for this blue squadron.
Yeah, as we do see that it now is a 2-0 lead, less than a minute within that cap, as they do have full control of base. Rocket launcher respawning back up here in 10 seconds. They're just spamming nades on that little blue ramp there.
And that's what we call teammate. He had the information that there was an enemy coming his way, and that's why we saw that rain of grenades. And now that the landing zone has been cleared, he's going to be running this flag, juggling it right to his base, and I don't think we're going to be seeing any stops coming out from this red team. GG, map 1 going in favor of How Gaming, as Takes Talent is going to have to go back to the drawing board and figure out exactly what went wrong in that map.
Yeah, as they do take a 3-0 lead. That was a 7 minute left in the game there, so they got all 3 captures in 3 minutes. Ninja Arts 8 kills, Cafe Con Leche 5 kills with 1 capture on his team, but Skeptify and Snoop J doing all the slaying for their team with 11 kills, and it was like 1 defend itself. And it seemed like Takes Talent didn't really have an answer for them that round.
For me, I looked at Takes Talent, and it just felt like they were in all the wrong places at the wrong time throughout that entire match. There'd be moments when you would see a lot of aggression out of How Gaming, and it would be met by maybe 1 player tops in that base. And then whenever How Gaming would actually be running the flag back, there wouldn't be really any contesting from the Takes Talent squadron. Though, of course, a lot of that does have to do with when How Gaming would choose to go and when they would choose to really capitalize on their openings. We saw some really good teamwork at the end of that last game whenever one of the members of How Gaming received word that there were going to be a lot of pressure coming in from that right side of that red base. And so he just starts throwing out the grenades, gets the shields low enough, and gets the single shot, pistol shot, and ends up running the flag all the way back. And it's plays like that I think where How Gaming was able to get cap after cap after cap. We saw the standoff at the very beginning, but after that, it was all about How Gaming for the rest of the map.
Yeah, as we're going to hop right into game number 2, Slayer Plaza. Can Takes Talent bring it back here? They won the slaying last time with a 50 to 25 kill ratio. Can they take it into this game from last week? How Gaming currently leads the series 1-0 now, as we should be hopping onto Slayer Plaza. And that was a good point what you said. They played more. You could see that maybe the new roster for Takes Talent has a little bit into effect with the synergy level, because the synergy of How Gaming seems to be so perfect at the moment. They are on top notch, but going to Slayer Plaza, have a sniper rifle, the overshield. Who do you expect to be the main player here? I expect to kind of watch Skeptify.
Skeptify definitely lit up the kill screen whenever we were watching him play. Already, the initial push to the overshield. No one's really going to come out on top there. Ninja Arts, though, getting control of the sniper rifle, and man, already laying waste to this Takes Talent squadron. Gonna be spotting red, trying to go for another one of those cheeky no scopes. That time's fully scoped in, and he's gonna be able to go and walk away with another kill. Things are looking really, really good for this blue team. We saw that the red squadron put almost all of their resources into getting that overshield, and it just did not pay off. Here we have blue in control of the sniper. Wow, what a kill! Absolutely beautiful, beautiful weapon play coming out from Ninja Art right now, and he's just going to be getting another one. The amount of damage he alone is doing with this sniper rifle is absolutely absurd. Takes Talent needs to figure out some sort of a way to go and stop the bleeding right now.
The way his teammates were lined up and the way that he had his map position, he knew exactly where they were going to spawn, when they were going to spawn at. And as you saw, they went from a 0-0 to 11-2 lead. So now they have a 9-kill lead. Now it's 8-kill, as Paramount did get picked up 1 kill. But just like that, Ninja Arts goes again with a sniper rifle, gets a snapshot kill on Nate S. W Red with the SMG picks up Skeptify. But this is just all dominant. Ninja Arts picks up another kill, finally gets taken out by Paramount. They need to shut down Ninja Arts on this map.
They got to figure out some sort of way to make sure that the sniper rifle never gets in his hands again, because that was just terrifying. I wasn't even holding the sticks and I was scared.
Yeah.
Snoop J waiting, biding his time, and it's going to be paying off. Protector wasn't even aware of his position, and again, lurking behind, getting a great flank here. This time, Red, they're privy to his position, and they're actually going to be walking out on top with the kill. Going on board with Paramount. Now, Paramount does have a pretty solid combo right now, the SMG and the BR. But can he be able to actually find any individual? So far, How Gaming has done a good job, I think, of sticking tight around corners where they can get some good cover, but also get great vantage points at the same time. Paramount finds his opening, gets the beat down, but is going to be taken out by Skeptify.
Yeah, but we're hopping on board here, Protector now dropped down from a 9-point lead to a 6-point lead, and now, but it seems like How Gaming is bringing it right back, as Protector does get a little flash there, but Nate has picked up Ninja Arts. He's trying to get the kill on Snoop J. It's low shield, so he has to fall back and regain his health and regain his shields, but his teammate is going to get hit in the making.
And you can already see that this red team, they know how pivotal it is to ensure that their team gets control of the sniper rifle. They had so many folks lined up in that area, but Blue just needed one good push, and they're already ready to go and grab that sniper again. This is going to be the moment where I think that this game might be just out of reach for Takes Talent. They have to get hold of that sniper, and as you can see, Cafe Con Leche is not going to let them have it. Going on board with Red, the team captain is going to be lit up by Ninja Arts, who doesn't even need the sniper rifle. Instead, has this noob combo now. The plasma, ooh, not even actually going to be having an opportunity to use that. Cafe Con Leche still with the sniper rifle in the cinema area. This has been such a pivotal position for the How Gaming in this Slayer Plaza map.
Yeah, he did get the no-scope. Skeptify does pick up W-Red as Protector picked up Ninja Arts. The one thing I kind of see here is it seems like How Gaming is overwhelming Takes Talent. And I don't know if it's just more knowledge of the maps or more synergy with the teams and they know where the spawns are, but it is complete dominance as they are now 12 points ahead. 14 as Skeptify and Cafe Con Leche picks up 2 kills. And 8 minutes left, 14 kills ahead. It seems like this is going to be all How Gaming.
Things are looking tough. They're down, but I don't think that they're out yet. You'll notice that they were able to bring the game back whenever the sniper rifle control was not in favor of How. Not that Takes Talent needed the sniper to be in their control to make the comeback. Rather, when the sniper just wasn't in the hands of How, they were able to come back. But right now, we see complete domination from this blue squadron. Right there, the airborne snapshot. Absolutely disgusting. It's just the combination of controlling the overshield as well as the sniper rifle at this point is just overwhelming Takes Talent. They're not having any shots at really coming back into this game. Any potential advantages that they try to gain are instantly taken away as Nate gets his shield taken away. The grenade doesn't even need to go off. Cafe Con Leche right there with the headshot to put him out of his misery. And I think that... Oh! Okay, Snoop. Did he just really get the kill with the by shooting the...
Yes, he got the kill by shooting the barrel.
Okay, yeah. Snoop, I see you.
The one thing I want to say here is, it seems like How Gaming is doing a lot more of the bait and switch tactic, the pushing together as a team instead of where it Takes Talent is kind of, they spot one and they kind of just try to shoot at a distance, while in that favor, that play that they're shooting at How Gaming is calling out to the teammates saying, hey, they're at Green Soda, or they're at Taxi, and then you immediately see 2 players come over as Snoop J just gets a 2-piece and the beat down with W. I didn't see W in front of him.
My god, like just he was looking back and down the whole time. He was ready to get that assassination when he needed to. That was such a perfect finish to a nearly flawless game from How Gaming. It really does, whenever I look back at that map, go to the initial allocation of resources. Because again, Takes Talent, they thought, hey, our best bet here, going to be going all in for the overshields. They left the sniper wide open, and it just really felt like from that moment on, whenever How was able to get that stop on the pickup of the overshields themselves, they were able to get the momentum they needed to really wipe the floor with Takes Talent on that map.
Yeah, when they went for the overshield off the get-go and they left the sniper rifle open, Ninja made them pay for that. Ninja got 6 or 7 kills off the get-go. He only missed maybe like 2 sniper shots. And you see in his kill, 14 kills, 15 from Snoop J, 11 from Cafe Con Leche, and Skeptify 10. Skeptify is the lowest number, but he had more kills than what the top player on Takes Talent had.
Yeah, it's looking rough for Takes Talent. I would love to see them bring things back so we could go the distance here, but so far everything seems to be flowing in the way of How Gaming. The momentum is clearly with them, and whenever you look on board with strongholds on Eden, I don't know. It just seems very rough for this team.
Yep. As we're going to go on Strongholds Eden, but before we do, we're going to have a quick word from one of our sponsors, Zowie BenQ. Zowie is a brand new brand by BenQ, and
say that 5 times fast.
I know, right? But we got a quick commercial from them. Welcome, guys. We're back here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade, going into Strongholds Eden. JV, what do you think Takes Talent has to do in order to win this Strongholds Eden? Takes Talent last week, they lost both the Strongholds. They won the Slayer and they won the CTF. Losing the Slayer and CTF, and you lost Strongholds last week, what do you think? How do you think it pans out now?
I mean, I look again on Cinema Control in that last map, and based on that alone, I really don't see map control being the strong suit for Takes Talent. They may be a roster that's comprised primarily of players who are individually skilled in those gunfights, but whenever it comes to making tactical decisions, that's where they seem to be falling behind. For them here, they really need to make sure, again, they're taking those optimal strongholds, they're leaving their opponents with as few resources to work with as possible, and on a map like this, it's I think like the opening seconds have a good amount to do with it, but given Takes Talent's comeback factor that we saw from them at the very beginning of the second map, they might actually have a chance, as long as they're able to maintain composure and really stick their guns out.
Yeah. Last week, they played Strongholds Eden game number 1. They lost 100-74. They played Strongholds Fathom. They lost 197 after being up the whole game, where Great Gaming just came back and clutched it up. I wonder how that is going to take in per se on the Strongholds Eden when they lost by 26 points last week. How will that transfer over this week? Considering the fact that, you won CTF last week 2-1. You won Slayer 50-25. And this week, you lost CTF 3-0, and then you lose Slayer 50-25. Take it, like I said, they have a new roster this week. So it may be a little bit more synergy, whereas to the How Gaming roster, I've never seen it before. I don't believe you've seen it, but they may have been playing together for a month now. They've been playing together for 2 or 3 weeks. All we know is that Takes Talent has been playing together at max 1 week.
It just feels like How Gaming just has really, really good communication. Really good communication.
I agree.
They're always, when you watch just an individual player, you're thinking to yourself, wow, this guy has like the sixth sense or something. The way that he's able to predict attacks before they even happen. But that's just because he's doing a great job listening to comms and understanding the callouts that his teammates are making. That way, it's granting him that sixth sense of sorts. It's granting him that extra pair of eyes, or that extra couple of pairs of eyes that this team has been really using to walk away with this show match so far.
Yeah, I'm curious if there was actually ability to listen into the How Gaming roster. I wonder how that would have played out, especially on the CTF Coliseum on that last capture of the flag, where he threw the nades all the way around the sides and then just came back, ran straight for the flag. And even on Slayer Plaza, just it was just complete dominance by them. It just seemed like the communication was on point. Everything is just on point. As we're going to hop into game number 3, Strongholds Eden, I think How Gaming will take this.
Yeah, they're definitely the favorites going into this. But I've seen great moments from this Takes Talent roster. If they're going to be making a comeback, they need to do so right now. No more maps to give How Gaming on Showmatch point right now.
Yep, How Gaming about to be a Showmatch champions, dethroning Takes Talent. If they can clutch it up and win this game number 3, Strongholds Eden, can Takes Talent bring it to game number 4? We'll see here in a minute as teams are loading in. We're going to hop on board here. I got to hop on board here, Ninja Arts. Ninja Arts did absolute dirty work with the sniper. How can he take it this way? As they do hop right on board. Gets the over. Was it? Oh, active ammo. Yep.
not going to really be using it for all that much. We see Snoop J currently set up in that blue bend area. And, you know, a lot of folks, I think, have different opinions on what are the optimal spawns here. I think that a lot of people really believe that Catwalk and Blue Bend are the superior spawns, and Red Nest is kind of that well, I guess we'll take it sort of like consolation spawn, sort of stronghold. And right now, we're looking at this blue team. They seem like they have Blue Bend, and they have instead of Catwalk, they ended up taking control of Red just for a little bit, which is really, really intriguing to me. And as you can see, because of the spread that they had in regards to which strongholds they chose, they weren't able to easily take control and maintain control, really, of the strongholds that they had. So far, Blue in total control right now. How Gaming is just doing a great job of defending all these individual territories, rotating around every single stronghold. They might be giving up Red Nest here, but it's not going to be without a fight.
Yeah, as we are, Takes Talent needs to consider the fact they finally got 2 strongholds back in their favor, but not before going from a 4-2 difference to a 21-5 difference. And now we actually see Paramount may actually get this triple capture here, as it is now Takes Talent's turn with the triple cap, and they're going to reap the benefits as they're getting all the points on the board right now. Paramount CS has to get his shields back as Protector picks up Skeptify, and there is nobody in contention of any of these points right now.
We might be seeing one on Catwalk momentarily. So far, though, it's been about Takes Talent. They're creeping back into this game, and this is what we saw in the second map as well. In the early game, they definitely still have what it takes to make a comeback happen. Cafe con Leche. Oh, great teamwork there from Blue, ensuring that they can get control of the Rockets. And this, I think, is going to be what's going to shift things as we get on board with the mid-game of this match.
It just seems like we're going from triple cap to triple cap. It started out with How Gaming doing the first triple cap, then Takes Talent answers back with a triple cap of their own, bringing it up to a tie game. And now How Gaming back in favor of the triple cap of their own, leading 33-27 now.
The kill feeds, they really tell a great story. And even now, Snoop J is doing a great job of using that rocket launcher just to clear and hold on to these strongholds that How Gaming has been able to capture so far in this map.
Yep, as we hop on board here, Ninja Arts completely using Warp with that weapon, as it is going to be Snoop J trying to defend this Catwalk area from the Takes Talent team, as Ninja Arts finally in favor here, but Snoop J does manage to take control, defend it off, as Ninja Arts does pick up W-Red, and they are completely not letting go of this triple capture they have right now.
Just the areas that he chooses to control are just so smart. I mean, this red window area lets him quickly control from a close range the red base, and from a mid to longer range the Catwalk area.
The play he just did there, he threw a nade out, he jumped out the window, threw a nade out, and then boosted right back in the window. He got the player to follow along with him, which gave Snoop J enough time to get over there with the rocket launcher to just blow the window up and kill him in the making. Again,
even though Takes Talent was able to bring things back and actually take the lead in the early game, in the mid and the late game, they've really struggled throughout this show match. And we can see that if we go ahead and look at the score count right now, still total control in favor of How Gaming, as Takes Talent is finally able to at least slow the bleeding down. They need one more stronghold here to really stop the bleeding. Protector making his way, cute stabilized to go ahead and ensure he can grab and clamber up onto that ledge. And now we see Red in a great spot, I think, to maybe take Catwalk.
This is Takes Talent last moment here. You're losing 93-27. You need to get all 3 points, and right now Red Nest is being taken back over from Paramount, and they are currently 95-27. There's about to be another triple capture, and if they get this triple capture, this is going to be all it wrote, as How Gaming will take the show match 100-27.
And you notice that that in the mid game and in the end game, the moments where How Gaming would maybe lose control of the territories, they decided that, hey, what better time than now to go restock, resupply, get the power weapon control in our favor again, and then come out on top. Because it was Snoop J initially with the Rockets that made that triple cap happen. And even at the end there, you saw that Rockets were such a factor in maintaining control of those territories.
Yep. As you will see, Skeptify, Ninja Arts, Cafe Conlanshi, all over 10-plus kills. Protecting, on the other hand, only had 11 kills. But Snoop J with the OBJ work, as he has 7 secures, 4 captures for his team, 3 captures from Cafe, 3 captures from Skeptify, and 2 captures from Ninja Arts. But that was it.
That was it. I had a lot of hope for this Takes Talent roster. Again, in the early game, they showed such great signs of brilliance. The flag showdown in map number 1. In map 2, being able to come back even after Ninja Arts went on such a tear with the sniper rifle. And in that third map, they were actually ahead for a good amount of the early game. But it's the mid-game and it's the late game. It's the marathon that they need to focus on. They're great sprinters, but they need to be able to hold and maintain for the entire distance.
Yeah, like that last game, it was, you're basically down 4-2. And then that's when How Gaming first got the triple capture, brought it back up to 21-2 difference. And then Takes Talent got their own triple capture, brought it up to 27-21, so they overtook the lead. But instead of just getting two zones, How Gaming got all 3 all at once. And in that case, you cannot let a team get all 3 zones at one point in time. Maybe 1, maybe 2, but you let them get all 3 at one time, that leaves 1 player out at least to roam the map. When you have 4 players your own, double up on those zones. And, just bait and switch. You don't all have to go in there at once. Just get one person going, they get the shields down, then the other person comes in, as support. But How Gaming, you're Showmatch champions, 3-0. Completely overtaking it. Guys, if you're in the DFW area, we are located at 9750 Walnut Street, Suite 194. Be sure to check us out Mondays for the Halo 5 show match. Tuesdays are Super Smash Bros. Night with Team Overclock. Wednesdays are Call of Duty Black Ops 3 show match. Thursday is Street Fighter Training Day. Friday and Saturday is Mortal Kombat X Weekly on Friday. Saturday is Street Fighter 5 Weekly. You can gain points for the VG Pro Point League as Gnarly Gato Alex is currently number 1 for Mortal Kombat X, as well as Adnan is number 1 for Street Fighter 5 after this past weeks. And then Sunday, we'll be starting our Pokken tournament. We had one yesterday. 17 entrants came out. I believe it was Mew Squared came out on top. Then VGP SS Guy, and then Jolts is number 3rd, and Domino is 4th. We'll be having those every single week. Time, I believe it's going to be 4 p.m., but don't take my word for that yet. Be sure to check out @versusgameplay on Twitter for more info, or check out our Facebook @versus/versusgameplay, and all videos will be uploaded to our YouTube page, Versus Gameplay Videos. But guys, that's it for tonight. Thank you, How Gaming, for showing up and winning. And then Takes Talent, thank you guys for coming out for tonight's match. But I'm VGP_Shadow.
And I'm T-Lock JV.
Yep, and we're out here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade.
I'll see you next week.